I'd now like to talk briefly about mandatory breach notification. This has been a topic that's been broadly covered in the media, as well as on Capitol Hill and through Congress. The FBI strongly supports congressional action to require that the federal government be notified about certain types of cyber incidents, including ransomware attacks, cyber incidents that affect critical infrastructure entities, and other incidents that implicate heightened risk to the government, the public, or third party. The reporting should be sent to FBI and CISA, as FBI owns threat response and CISA owns asset response per presidential policy. The timing of this reporting is also critically important because it allows us to disrupt ongoing harm. By getting to a victim fast, with investigation-developed indicators of compromise for the company to put out the fire, it allows the company to recover more quickly. But the only way we in the FBI can provide those indicators of compromise is if we're notified in a timely way. The FBI has invested enormously in being able to put a live, technically trained agent on victims' doorsteps in hours or less nationwide, but we can only move as fast as we learn about the breach. What a lot of the current discussion misses out on is how big a role investigation plays in putting immediate fires out. For every victim that knows they're a victim, there are often dozens or hundreds being hit by the same group that don't. When we learn of a victim, we work quickly backward to see what other victims were touched by the same adversary infrastructure. Victims that have to report at, say, 24 hours ought to have the full might of the government helping them at that time, too. They shouldn't have to wait another day for it. Timely reporting allows us in the FBI to find ties to others conduct that wouldn't be apparent to someone without intelligence and reach. And the backdrop to that statement is that we have obviously tremendous connectivity to NSA and CIA holdings that let us inform from an intelligence perspective the totality of the picture. For example, a company might move to block an attacking IP address to protect itself. But if we can see that that IP address is associated with other activity indicating a big, sophisticated group or nation state, blocking that IP may actually hurt the victim by just blinding them while the adversary switches to additional infrastructure that they have procured in advance. Lastly, without mandatory reporting, victims or other agencies that think they have a cyber problem won't be in a position to guard against broader threats. We've seen everything from COVID research to advanced medical equipment to aerospace engineering designs be subject to human penetrations, corruption of insiders, or machinations by foreign joint venture partners at the same time hackers are after that technology. Financial services are among the most targeted industries by ransomware groups. Over time, cyber criminals have adapted to security controls and adopted remote desktop protocols, spear phishing, and the exploitation of vulnerable websites to deliver ransomware. Ransomware is gradually shifting towards more sophisticated, targeted campaigns that maximize the impact on the victim and extort higher demands. Not only are cyber criminals increasing the use of ransomware attacks, they are targeting victims with a low tolerance for downtime, including critical infrastructure, manufacturing, government, IT, and energy entities. Of victims targeted, the financial services sector is amongst the top 5.